Last week was a sad week, purely because, well, we lost Murray Walker, and I did my tribute video last Wednesday on that very subject. But on the morning that I was about to do that video, the news came through that Sabine Schmitz, the queen of the Nurburgring and host of both the German and British versions of Top Gear, passed away from cancer. And that is obviously very, very sad, because when you're 15, she's the first racing driver that you've ever seen other than Danica Patrick, and she was ragging a transit van and a Jaguar around the Nurburgring on Top Gear, which is kind of what started this whole, let's go to the Nurburgring, let's go and do hot laps, well, James May can tell you about how ride is important, and if he was, the head of Bomber Command in 1943, he'd have smashed the hell out of that place every single day until it was gone. I think you know the sort of thing I'm talking about, really. Oh my god, have you driven around the Nurburgring? Yeah, I have. What's your time? Well, I did a 7 minutes 23, but, there was a zebra on the track, I had a passenger, there were red flags at Tiergarten and stuff like that. It was totally mental, mate.
Oh, well, that is
definitely
yeah,
I've lost count of the amount of dicks I've seen. So I thought, in tribute to Frau Schmitz, I would recreate her most famous moment. Transit van, Nürburgring. The goal was 10 minutes, but I ain't going to be doing 10 minutes, so how close can I get to 12 minutes? Can I get round in less than 12 minutes? Well, let's get onto the Nürburgring, fire up the old transit, make sure we've got a pasty and a couple of porn mags in there, and go and have ourselves some fun in memory of Sabine. Right then, ladies and gentlemen. Touristenfahrten, Nordschleife, in a 2005 Ford Transit, as used on that episode of Top Gear where Sabine Schmitz tried to lap the Nordschleife in less than 10 minutes. I tell you something, Jeremy, I do that lap time in a van. To be fair to her, she almost did it. That's how insanely good she was. Now, the thing about these transits is the peak torque is sort of between 2 and 3k revs. And I can't see the dash from my seating position. So, I'm just busking it. But let's see how fast I can get round here. Got the radio tuned to Radio 2, so I might get to listen to some of that overpaid wanker Steve Wright talking about Murray the other day and how he wasn't a broadcaster who liked the sound of his own voice. Steve Wright, can't stand him. Bring back Paul Gambaccini. It's doing about 75 miles an hour up to Tiergarten. This is where Sabine grew up. She grew up in a hotel near here. Or her parents ran a hotel, but looking up some facts about her. She does actually have a degree in hospitality. So we've joined the Green Hell proper now. This downhill left-hander. Apologies in advance that I don't know many of the names. Very tricky, and you can see the Ferris wheel all lit up in the distance. Custom shaders patch really does breathe new life into this sim. I'm using the Horizon sort of preset, whatever you want to call it. Really does bring out the colour here. Oh, understeer. All we're missing right now is a Dodge Viper for Slipstream. I do love that car. So the big challenge here is keeping the engine in the peak rev range, which I'm not doing. Do I keep the van in 5th? No, let's try 6th. And then throw it down to 5th for here for Flugplatz. That did not work, but still, flat out through Flugplatz at 75 miles an hour. I'm going faster than the motorway speed limit here. But putting it into 6 has brought me into that peak rev range. I'll leave a link for the van, obviously. I'll leave a link for the shaders and all that stuff so you can make the sim look as good as this. Nearly 100 miles an hour up to Schwedenkreuz, Swedish cross, I think it means. Now, I don't speak German beyond Rammstein lyrics. Into Arenberg. This is definitely my favourite corner on the track. I don't know, there's just something satisfying about it when you do get it hooked up through here. It's a diesel, you need to short shift it. My father-in-law would know how to drive around here. He's somewhat of a Ford Transit expert. Bit of heel and toe around the Nurburgring, never killed anybody. Well, it probably has, actually. Such is the danger factor of this place. Has to be said, though, it is very rare that I get to say I've actually driven the vehicle at the centre of the video. I have driven a Ford Transit, and I know too well about the keep it in that peak rev range for torque and stuff, because when you do miss shift or you take the revs too high, when you're so used to petrol engines, you just end up holding everybody up, especially with, you know, stuff in the back. Good old days of going to events hosted by Ford, testing them out with work and stuff. This engine producing 135 glorious Dagenham horsepowers. So it's the mid-range of the Transit engines. Try and keep the van nice and stable for this bit. This is the trickiest corner on the track, I find. Blind entry. And I believe I'm also driving the base model Transit. Now, sir, would you like the base model, the trend model, or the limited model? Oh, this is going to be tricky getting the power down. Come on. Yes. Sorry for turning into Jeremy Clarkson there, but still, that's 10 kilometers down. This kink here, this is Bergwerk. This is where Lauda had his accident. I think it was just here where this exclamation mark is, which of course warns you about giant exclamation marks ahead. Now this section's all uphill, so this is going to really, really struggle now. I might pull 6. See what that does. Oh, yes, I've unlocked some torque. Come on, Transit, schnell! Schnell! And that was something else that was really cool about that Top Gear challenge, is that there was this bloke in a Porsche driving around. He's clearly having his midlife crisis, like, haha, I'm in my Porsche. And then this woman driving a van flies past. Oh no, I'm going to have to try 5th again. I don't think that's actually going to change anything. No, still losing speed. 6th. Oh, it's just, the hill's too steep. Oh dear, down to 60 miles an hour. Okay, now I've got some power back. This is what I mean, it's so tricky. It's tricky driving the van within its peak power band. It's tricky driving around the Nordschleife, adding some commentary as well, and it's just so difficult. Right, here's the carousel. So I think we're at the halfway mark or something like that. Again, I don't know my way around here. Try and get it hooked up. Keep it on the banking. Keep it on the banking. Go on, generate some turn in. Be a good van. Yes, you are a good van. 14 kilometers down. 7 to go. What that is in miles, I have no clue. That's 15k. Okay, now this van's getting a bit leery. I think that's the Stefan Beloff S I've just gone through. Might as well keep it in 5th because we're going downhill here. So keep the speed up. Gravity plus torque. This here being the infamous YouTube corner. Okay, now you're picking up speed. Come on, van. I think this bit here is where they told Beloff not to go flat, but he did anyway and stacked it. Stefan Beloff, another legend of the Nordschleife. Hard to believe that Sabine did approximately 20,000 laps of this place in her lifetime until she was 51. I mean, there are sim racers out there who only drive around here that could probably give her a run for her money, but I doubt they'd be as quick. The mini carousel here. Ah, it's cost me time. Although a set of course was telling me that my fastest lap around here is 11 minutes dead. I might be on course to beat it here. Schnell! 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 There's the gantry. 1048, 1049, sub 1050. Oh, 1050.2. Yes. And there's the castle on the hill. Not the one from the Ed Sheeran song, obviously. Wow. So I've went 10 seconds faster than my personal best around here. What a van. What a mod. It does... I mean, obviously it's not exactly the same as a Transit because there is no one-to-one replica of any car in sim racing. The realism that a lot of people are after doesn't exist. But still a very, very fun mod. The engine is very well replicated. Very good. I'll leave links to everything in the description box for you. So that is my tribute to Frau Schmitz. She will be missed. And it's because of her that we got to learn about this majestic place. Whether you love it or hate it, it's still a place that you do need to check out at some point in your life if you are a petrol head. So thank you, Sabine. Thank you, Top Gear, for making us aware of this place. And yeah, it's still shocking to think that she is gone. But thank you very much for watching anyway. I don't know how to bring the mood back up after all that, but I'll just stall the engine so it's nice and quiet. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Actually, how fast did Jimmer go around here? So if you enjoyed this video, give it one of these. If you want to see more clowning around in Sims or just the stuff I do with the real world of motorsport, then be sure to subscribe so you get all the latest. And big thanks, as always, to the patrons of this channel on Patreon who continue to support the channel. If you want to join them or just join in the Discord stuff, well, there's always some sort of banter going on, then I'll leave links to Discord, Instagram, a link to the van, and all that good stuff. So it's all there for you. You don't need to go, have you got a link to the thing? So until next time, I've been Millward. Have a great day wherever you live in the world, and I'll see you all again very soon for another video. So until then, goodbye.